Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Heathwyn and we are here to start to explore the new For Rent expansion pack that came out for The Sims 4. Now this is an expansion that allows you to have multi-family dwellings. That's the primary focus of the gameplay, and we are going to explore this gameplay with our Sims from the Home Chef Hustle Let's Play that I did on my YouTube channel recently, Max and Morgan Fires and their daughter Tanvi. And we are going to kick this all off, though, I think, by doing some building, because this is the pack where I think building and getting to see the way the builds come together is really going to matter. So I'm going to start by building a property for Max and Morgan to own and rent, and they can be property managers and we can kind of explore that gameplay with them. But as I said, we need a property for them to rent first. So we're going to start by doing some building. And as many of you know, building is not necessarily my strongest suit, especially trying to build like in real time. So we have the Sims 4 For Rent expansion pack. We have property management. Property owner Sims can be present, living among their tenants, or they can live in a separate residence while generating income from several property investments. If a property owners don't keep their unit ratings high, they could face a tenant revolt. The new residential rental lots give you the chance to get creative with multifamily dwellings. Give your Sims a basement suite to rent out, create a duplex to keep two families close, or even build apartments. Closer than ever. Closeness can create harmony or drama. Sims and residential rentals will get tangled up in each other's lives. They'll socialize at potlucks, meet in the garden, and have opportunity to discover each other's secrets by eavesdropping and snooping. Explore a new world, bustling and beautiful. Explore a new world that's alive with possibilities. Visit the botanical garden and discover an animal sanctuary. One of the most iconic scenes TOWNHOMES has to offer is the night market, where your Sims will discover new food and unique objects. So let's get into our game and let's start to build something. All right, so we have our new world of TOWNHOMES. Grown from the humble roots off the coast of the Shi Sea, TOWNHOMES is lively with local fare, community chaos, and legends of lore. Known for its tight-knit communities and sun-filled shared spaces, TOWNHOMES is a lush landscape of possibilities. Come cozy up with nature or fish around the neighborly niceties and whimsical secrets. Whether you're flying solo or raising generations, this region offers a warm welcome to any multi-living cycle. Sul sul deka. All right, so here we have the world of TOWNHOMES, and it looks like there are two neighborhoods. We have Morensong, which is a bustling neighborhood with pockets of idyllic peace and nooks of neighborly nuance. Morensong is the spot for vibrant communities to thrive day or night. Stroll through the botanical garden or throw down in a game of playground hopscotch. Even join the night market buzz for some sunset shopping and moonlight munchies. The possibilities are endless. So it looks like here we have one empty lot that's a 40 by 30. There is a residential rental that is here with, it looks like there's one unit for rent. There's another residential lot here, which apparently has a lot challenge of mold. And then this is the Zosul Taman Botani, which is a national park. So I'm wondering if this is the botanical gardens slash, and over here we have Ko Sapa. Neighbors with nature or other tenants, Ko Sapa offers a more relaxed lifestyle along the river. After a dip in the sea or some much needed beach time, gather around at the Screaming Gecko for a drink or two. Feeling warm-hearted from all the sun? Visit the Suli Tiger Sanctuary to support local conservation. No matter the choice, Ko Sapa is the ideal spot for a go-with-the-flow attitude. Okay, and it looks like there's 5 lots down here. So we only have a total of 9 lots, which is kind of small for an expansion pack. I'm a little disappointed, I think, in that number of lots, especially in a pack that really does focus a lot on the building piece of things. But we do have 3 completely empty lots, so that's a perk. We have the Bunma family over here. We have another residential rental here that has like, it looks like there's a unit open. And then this is the Screaming Gecko Lounge. And then there's two more open lots here. All right, so this is the lot that I'm thinking we're going to build on. And I was kind of thinking that maybe we would do some sort of like townhome style units, and then we could have Max and Morgan living in one of those. If we come over here to lot type, you see now that we have a residential retail unit. And I think this is going to give us some different options for how to go about building this. Now, I'm pretty sure if I start with the room tool and do something like that, and this is just, tentative. I think if I click on this, I can change what this is. I can make this a new unit, or this can be a shared space. So, like, this could be one rock, rock side, I guess. And then if we do another unit, like right here, we can create a new unit, and then this is number 2. And then if we go under unit configuration, there's different options here. Oh, that's kind of nice. So it kind of gives you some ideas of like some suggestions of things to include in it. Each unit is going to have different traits and challenges that go along with it. So they don't have to all match. It's not necessarily lot traits as much as it is unit traits. Okay, so now that I kind of understand how this is all going to work, I'm going to work on doing some building and getting a floor plan laid out, and then I'll check back in once I'm done with that. After a little bit of finagling, I think this is the rough shape that we're going to go with for our rental unit. I think we'll have 4 separate units. They're all the same size, and I think we're gonna start like this, and I think we'll start by kind of getting the outside squared away, and then I'll think about floor plans on the inside. This is definitely a much larger undertaking than I ever could have anticipated. Now with this build, as I like to do with most of my builds for packs, I am going to limit it to just base game and the pack so that it's available to anybody who has the pack, whether or not you have other packs or not. So I want to look at what the different roof types are. We have 2 different roof types that come along with it. We have a traditional Tomarang slate roof tiles, and then we have modern Tomarani tiles. If I'm kind of looking at the area around me, it's looking like this is maybe a little bit more of a modern area. So I think going with the different roof tiles is going to be the way to go. Now, I'm thinking, I was drawing some inspiration off of a picture that I saw, and the units are very brightly colored. So I kind of think that I want to have each unit be kind of a different color and maybe have the roofs go along with that. We have lots of different options, but maybe to start with, I'll just put some black roofs on. We do have a couple of new types of trim. We have a scalloped pastel roof trim, and then we have a natural wood one. Maybe we'll try this natural wood, see how that looks, something like that maybe. Now I want to take a look at what we have for wallpaper. I'm going to turn off the base game because I just want to see everything that we've got. So we have wood walls, we have stucco, and we have some printed patterns. I think that maybe I want to use the stucco for the exterior. We have a bunch of different colors. So I think I'm going to choose some colors to do the exterior with. All right, maybe something like for the exterior. We have a few different door options. So what if we start, I think I want to have each unit has like its own like private entrance instead of like a common entrance. And so we've got a lot of these door options that have like this stained glass feature over the top of them. The question is, what kind of wood swatches do I want to do with them? I want to look at the windows and see what our other options are too. We have kind of like stained glass windows, and then just like these. I don't know that I want stained glass windows in the rental units. That seems a lot to me. Let's try this door. Yes. And then let's put in some window. We're just gonna put some windows in the front for right now. It's kind of like placeholders. And then once we do the interior, I guess we'll kind of figure out from there how we want this to look. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe something like this for our entries. Maybe we could use this, like one of these stone, like these stone paths, perhaps. Could be like the walkways up to the doors. And then I'm also wondering about doing some kind of fencing to kind of separate the housing. I don't think I want to do like the privacy fencing because of the way the houses are staggered. But we could maybe try just like something like this, just to kind of create its own, like each unit's own separate entry. All right, so I've changed up the front of the units a little bit. I'm also kind of thinking I want to lower these roofs just a smidge and make them a little flatter. Okay, there we go. I think that that is okay right now for the exterior. I think I want to work on the exterior and getting that kind of looking the way that I want it to look before I go inside and start furnishing, because I feel like furnishing the inside is going to be quite an interesting task, given that I need to come up with different layouts and different designs for the houses. And so I think that perhaps just getting the outside done is the best way to go. Now, just in normal build by, there is not any landscaping for outdoor plants. So I'm going to check into debug and see what the debug landscaping looks like, because I do really want to keep the landscaping and the stuff that I do on the outside to look consistent with the area around it. So I'm going to take a look at what debug has to offer. Okay, so I think apart from doing a little bit of terrain paint, I have the exterior pretty much completed of this rental lot. I may make a little adjustment on like the window placement. Like I think I might move them over a little bit, but I'm gonna really wait for some of that until I have everything kind of laid out the way that I want it inside. But I did kind of decorate the back a little bit and add some foliage to the back just to kind of round things out a little bit and kind of make it fit in with its environment. I am really annoyed that this building though keeps getting in the way of me trying to like show you all what this is looking like. But here is the front of our rental property for the time being. And like I said, I do want to add a bit of terrain paint, I think, just to add a bit of depth, because it does kind of feel really flat right now. So I think let's do that. Let's get some terrain paint going. And we can kind of just add a little bit of depth to our build. So we're just going to kind of go around and put a little bit around the edges, you know, like fence posts, things like that. I like to add bits of terrain paint because I do feel like it just adds a little bit of depth and interest to the build. Otherwise, they can feel kind of flat and one-dimensional. So doing a little bit of terrain paint around things like walls or the edge of the houses, or I like to do it at like the bases of trees, just kind of some places where it just adds a little bit of depth and a little bit of character to the build itself. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because like nature and the ground isn't perfect, but it just like it just keeps it from looking too perfect, because without it, things definitely look maybe too perfect and too like manicured. So adding just a little bit, a little touches here and there can really add to your build and just make it stand out a little bit more. And like I said, just kind of add that bit of depth. All right, so this is now the outside of the build. I've added in terrain paint. We've got some landscaping done, but there is absolutely nothing happening right now on the interior. I don't even have individual units labeled yet. So I suppose the first thing that we're gonna need to do is specialize, like name the individual units. So when you click on the specific rooms, that's how you are able to assign the units. And then over here under unit configuration, it has the different units that are available. We're gonna label this one as number 1 Rokaya Rockside. This will be We'll create a unit, so this one becomes number 2. We're going to create another unit, so this becomes number 3. Then we're going to create another unit here, and this becomes number 4. So we have 4 separate units up for rent now in this. And now I've got to figure out floor plans and how we want to lay these out. Now I am thinking for this that we might do identical floor plans on the inside, because a lot of times in townhouses like this, the floor plans are pretty much the same. So I'm thinking that that's maybe the way that we're going to go with this one. And they are really long and skinny, so that's definitely going to present a challenge with laying out and configuring each unit. So this should be interesting to see how it all goes. I am kind of thinking that we have like an entryway sort of area. We've got the door right here in the front, and kind of maybe in the back and be the bedrooms. I'm going to turn the grid lines on just so I can see a little bit better what I'm doing. Each unit is 8 tiles wide, so that does give us some wiggle room and some room to go with this. So this is roughly the floor plan for each unit that I'm kind of working with here. I'm thinking this is going to be like a bedroom with an ensuite. This will be a smaller bedroom. This will be like a communal bathroom. Thinking this will be like the kitchen, dining area, and this can be the living space. I may adjust the width of the kitchen a little bit, but let's be honest, most apartments have really small kitchens. So, you know, there's that. And then the same thing basically in all of these layouts. They just have like slightly mirrored images. They're not like exactly cookie cutter the same, so some might be reversed or what have you. So this is kind of the layout that I'm looking at starting with. I think though, before I do anything else, I want to put some lights in. I'm just gonna grab like the normal plain little saucer lights to start with, because they work really well for lighting up spaces, and I can always replace them as, you know, time goes on. Okay, there we go. Now we can actually like see what's going on in the space itself and can go from there. I think the next thing is going to be to add some doors. Now I think we'll probably just use base game doors going into the bedrooms and the bathrooms, because the doors that came with the pack look a little bit more like exterior doors to me than they do interior doors. So we're just gonna pop some doors in to the rooms and get that squared away. So the interesting thing then kind of becomes the fact that because there's a lot of interior units, there's not gonna be a lot of windows. Like I think the back rooms will have windows, but really it's just gonna be like the front and the back of the units that's going to have natural light, which is kind of the nature of the beast sometimes in multifamily dwellings. You're just kind of like stuck with not the greatest of lighting options, and there's not a whole lot to be done for that really. And then let's come around here in the back and pop some windows back here. Let's do like double windows in the bedroom, since that's really the only other light we're gonna get here. I feel like this is probably like some kind of fire code violation, not having windows in all of the bedroom, but it's The Sims. And then I think I want to do something smaller for the bathroom. All right, so now we need to work on getting things furnished inside. But one thing that I do want to do is I want to kind of open up the a little bit. And so I think put in a cup. I thought about doing a half wall, but I'm not sure I actually want a half. Let's just do this column. And I'm doing the same thing in all of the units because they're all pretty much identical. So yeah. And then we're gonna do one of these spandrels. Okay, we've got this one that is like this. So to try that. And then I don't want it to be fully open all the way across. I just want it to be open on the one side. So I think we need to draw the wall. Put the wall back. I think that will be, yeah, there we go. That's how I want it. Okay, there we go. And then this way it'll kind of flow either into like the kitchen area or like the dining area. We have different flooring options. We've got this wood flooring, and then we have some different types of tile floors. And so I think let's do, like the wood flooring for the most part because I like having the wood flooring in, but I do want to tile the kitchen, I think. And we'll do wood in the actually let's do wood like kind of right here in what would be it's like sort of a hallway. It's kind of weird like basically building four of the same things. So we've got that. And then we've got different types of tiles. Now these tiles we're gonna have to like place because they're coordinated. Like this is clearly like a corner, and then this is like a centerpiece, and then this is like an edge kind of a thing. So we'll have to place those kind of carefully. I'm thinking too that I might kind of color coordinate with the outside of the houses. Like this one is yellow, this is pink, this is blue, this is. So do we have a yellow option? I mean, this one is kind of yellow and we will do that. Or I guess we could do this one. We also have this, which is a little bit of a different tile. So it doesn't have to be the same tile. And then there's this one that I think we can just like, do that with and it'll be fine. And then there's this concrete stuff, which I don't know if this is really like an inside the house tile. So let's start with, let's do this one. Okay, there we go. We've got the tile done. Was that a slightly tedious? Yes. It wasn't horrible, but it also was a little bit tedious. All right, and maybe for the bathroom, just for the sake of simplicity, we'll just do a really basic tile, just so that I don't need to do that for all of them. Let's do this one. So this one is kind of like a pink color. All right, so we got the flooring done in all of the houses now. And I tried to use the different patterns that we had and just tried to kind of incorporate all of those different. The only thing I didn't use was this concrete one. But again, I don't really think that that's something that goes inside the house. This feels more of like a patio, garden type of item. So we've got that done. Now we need to do the walls. And we've got the stucco, which is what we did the outside with. And then we've got these painted patterns, and then we've got this wood grain stuff. I don't know if I want to use the wood. I think I like this better. And I think I'm okay with it being in all of like the common areas. And then we'll do the bedrooms, the bathroom. I just feel like these are more of like a lobby sort of like hallway kind of vibe, not necessarily an inside the house vibe. So I think we want to go with something a little bit different. There wasn't a pink floor swatch, so I did not do pink. I did more of like the red. So maybe we need to go this route for this room. Let's do that. And then this one is blue. Ooh, I like that. Let's do this for this. Then the last one is gonna be more green, but I'm kind of thinking it's like a softer green, a little bit more like this. Okay, I think that can work. Now I think the rest of it we're gonna have to go in, add in our base game stuff for because we just don't have a lot of options with we only have 5 different paint swatches, but the base game has a lot of these just very neutral colored swatches that I think would work really well. We can still stick with like the color scheme that we're going with in these rooms and just do like real basic paint, like, the basics. Actually, I think we're just gonna go with just like a plain wall color for the bathroom. And then this could be something that, when tenants move in and start to live there, they could maybe add their own flair, but I think we're just gonna go with this plain kind of white color for the bathrooms. Not very exciting, but again, just kind of in thinking with, these are rental properties. A lot of times rental properties tend to be very neutral, at least here in the US, they tend to be very neutral. So the fact that we're giving them like colors is a little bit outside of the box, but I think it's okay. All right, there we go. So we've got all of the walls and the flooring done in each of these units. Now it's time to actually like get the furniture in here, which will be interesting because I haven't even looked to see what all we have with the pack that came for furniture. I'm assuming there's going to be basically enough furniture to cover everything in the house because this is like that's like the whole basis is like a rental property. So let's go in and take a look and see what we've got. Maybe we'll go by room. We're starting with this living room space here. So let's see what we've got for a living room. All right, we've got a couple of different sofa options. We've got this, we've got this. And then for chairs, we have like a stool, we have a poof, and we have this rattan. These are actually some real swatches with it. Okay, so I kind of like this furniture for the living room. And we've got a that is that there. And then as far as like end table, I almost want to put an end table here by the door, like when you'd come in, you'd have a place. I also am kind of wondering about a base game, like longer, higher table against this wall, if that might. Oh, that's a pretty rug too. I like that rug. And then we've got a maybe put a plant there in the corner. I like the plant there in the corner. This one is I wish the Sims end table not so massive. They're kind of massive. Like, look at how big this is. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe we can put that in the corner there, and we can have this end table here. What do we have for lamps? Also, why I would like more standing lamps too. We don't have very many of those. We could do like this one here. Maybe we could do a candle on the table. For sculptures. Okay, a lemonade sign. Oh, the for rent sign. Okay, we do need to put one of those out front because we are going to be, this is going to be a property, like a rental property. So I think we need to have one of those. Maybe we'll put this over here by the mailbox. Oh, do I need like a utility room, I wonder? I guess we'll find out with gameplay. Okay, and then for wall decor, we have grossness, lots of like water stains and that sort of thing. But we're gonna try to have like a nicer looking place, so maybe we're not gonna put this stuff on the wall. Maybe. We do have a traditional tapestry. Ooh, that's really, really cute. And then we also have this, which has a few swatches to it, it looks like. Maybe we can put that right there. And then this tapestry. That's really, ooh, I like this one. This could maybe, and then I think on this wall we'll probably do like a TV. But I want to kind of go through the stuff that's in the pack before I start looking at the base games. Okay, and then we have like a lantern. Maybe this could be in our lighting for the dining area. This is actually a really large kitchen for a rental property. Usually they are very small. I like that, and it's more interesting. And then we do have a mini fridge. Don't know that we want a mini fridge. There's no stove though, but that's all right. We can use base game stuff. We do have a sink, but that looks more like a bathroom. And we have some new appliances. We've got a juice tray, we've got a kettle, we've got a pressure cooker, an electric kettle, and then another dishwasher. We've got a new trash bin, as well as some bar stools, plus some upper cabinets. Let's maybe pop in some upper. Love the little like paper towel holder there. That's like really okay. So this is what we've got for the pack for the kitchen. Now, if we look at the dining room, that okay, we do have a couple of smaller dining tables, which I think is perfect because we're in a, I don't like the big rental, like the big tables really because they just tend to take up a lot of space and don't fit well. So let's put in this one. And then we've got the plastic chair. We've got this like wicker chair, and then we've got a little bit of a fancy chair. I think we'll go with this one and we'll put these around. Okay, we have some baskets like this, so we can put that in. And then for bathrooms, we have a baby's first chamber pot. I love this. That you can use for your toddlers. And then we have a couple of a diddly squat toilet and the gold standard squat toilet. So kind of keeping with the theme of the pack, I think we should put in one of these. We'll put one in each bathroom here. And then we do have a sink that I feel like this is more of a bathroom sink than a kitchen sink. They have some pretty swatches with. Let's do this one. And then we've got a shower and we have a natural springs hot. So let's do a shower in here. Oh, I like the tile is quite pretty as well. And then we've got a new mirror that we can put on the wall. For this bathroom, we'll put a tub in here. So because like that way they've got a shower and a tub option. Okay, and then looking at the bedroom, we have one canopy bed option. So let's put that in like the main bedroom. Let's do this yellow because yellow is the theme of this particular room. And then we've got a couple of different dresser options. Let's do the lower one, I think. Do these. Got a sconce. Maybe we can put those on the walls on either side of the bed. And let's get a rug down. Let's do this. But I think I need to center the bed is centered. And then we do have the end tables. So maybe this is a good place to put the end table. I'm not doing this build to any kind of a budget. I'm just kind of building and putting in all of the stuff. So from a cost perspective, this is probably going to be a little bit on the spendier side of things. And then I don't think we have any, what do we have for kids stuff? We have we've got hopscotch and we've got marbles and a marble ring. So that's fun. I think I will copy a lot of this over into the other apartments and we're just going to do different color swatches and then we'll grab stuff out of the base game and get that put in. All of the apartments furnished with stuff from the pack now, and they all are pretty much identical. The only things that I still need to add is need to put in like a TV. I'm gonna put in a refrigerator and a stove and trash cans into all of the kitchens. I think I'm going to leave the second bedroom empty in all of these, and then that way the families can kind of furnish them with whatever they want. If it's like a single person or a couple, maybe it becomes an office. If it's a family, maybe it becomes a child's bedroom or a teenager's bedroom or an infant room. But that way there's a little bit of flexibility as far as like what goes in there. I also want to put shower tub combos in all of the second bathroom. So we are about done with this build. This has been building. It's essentially like building 4 houses at once, even though like I'm kind of using the same thing in each one. It's still like building 4 houses. So let me just go ahead and put in some finishing touches. We've got this from the game. It says the ingester of unwanted trash bin. This bin is home to all things with a purpose. So I don't know if that counts as an outdoor trash. Oh my, look at the boxes options. Okay, it does count as an outdoor trash can. So let's maybe put this like over here by the tree. We've got our sign, and then I kind of am thinking that we need a different mailbox because we've got, multiple properties here. So I'm kind of thinking a different mailbox. This is maybe excessive, but what if we do like this one? It's got 3, there's 4. I guess we'll find out when we come and start playtesting it if that's going to actually work or not. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to put in some appliances. So we're going to get ovens going in all of the units. Not the cheapest ovens, but not the most expensive. And I think we'll put in some hoods. And then we also need refrigerators. Again, we're not going to do the cheap, but we're not going to go with the most expensive because let's be honest, rental fridges usually are kind of lame. And also we need kitchen sinks. Sinks are good too. All right, now they all have appliances and they have sinks. I do want to put a TV in. But the question is, will I be able to find like a table that is going to fit the vibe and also be the right color? Because that's, always a thing. This might work if I can find a color that's consistent. Like, I feel like that's close-ish. Maybe this is one. Let's do that. That's maybe close. And then we can do the small TV. We'll put that in all of these. This is a lot more furnished than most places are. This is, you know, a lot of apartments you move into, you have like counters and appliances, and that's about it. You don't have any furniture. But it's The Sims, and we're building and exploring things with the new pack. We're doing a little bit more than is necessary. And then I want to put in just like a base game shower tub combo in each of the bathrooms. So let's get these in all of the bathrooms. Okay, and then toilet paper. Last but not least, you need some toilet paper in the bathroom. All right, so I also went in and I added a like hall table into each dwelling, but I didn't put any decor on it because I think that that's something that, you know, whoever lived there, they would put their own decor. Now, yes, I do have some stuff hanging on the walls, but like as far as clutter and stuff, I haven't cluttered it up just to kind of give it some space for the people who would live there. I do have a few plants throughout the house, and some stuff on the walls, but pretty much everything I think is ready to go. Admittedly, this is an expensive property, so Max and Morgan will be having this extra money that they wouldn't necessarily normally have to get this up and running. But then from there, we'll kind of have to furnish everything and keep things going with whatever they make, basically. So this is gonna be it. This is our rental property that we're putting in. Like I said, it was a lot more time consuming to put together than like what I expected. But just to kind of give you a quick idea, that all of the units are pretty much the same. Like this one is kind of yellow, this one is like red pink, this is blue, and then this one is green. And I kept to those themes throughout. In here, this is like your living space where you've got a living room, and obviously there's room to add other things. You could put a computer desk over here or like a chess table or something like that. We have a pretty spacious kitchen. Like for a rental property, like this is pretty good. And then a dining table. We've got the common bathroom here with a shower tub combo, and then the new squat toilet. This is like an extra room that can be used for whatever. So yeah, so there's the main bedroom and then the ensuite bathroom. And these are our rental units. So the one thing I do need to do is go through and the number of like bedrooms and bathrooms. And they're all like they're all pretty much the same. So they're all 2 bedroom, 2 bath. So let's get those all assigned. Okay, and then we're going to let's give this a name. Let's call it Rockside Townhome. And we'll leave that the Rokaya Rockside as like the unit name. I think we'll leave that as it is. And then it doesn't look like we have any new unit traits, but we do have a new unit challenge in mold. It says mold. There is a dampness in the air here that just doesn't feel right. Keeping puddles mopped, trash from overflowing, and plumbing objects clean, or mold piles will start to appear, and beware of deadly black mold. Kind of want to put this as a lat challenge for all of the units, just because we're going to be playing with this, and I think it'll be fun to have this as something that poor Max and Morgan are going to have to deal with. So we're going to put the mold lat challenge all of these. But yeah, we've got our townhomes pretty much built at this point, I think. So this is going to be the units that Max and Morgan are going to be renting out. I will pop these up on the gallery. My ID on the gallery is Heathwyn, like it is pretty much everywhere. If you want to look at them yourself, feel free to download those. But yeah, I'm going to pop them on the gallery, and then in the next video, we will be starting our gameplay and see what this whole being a property manager is all about. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below as well, kind of your first thoughts with the 4-run expansion pack. Obviously, I haven't done any gameplay yet, so I have no idea what that's going to look like. I have spent a lot of time working on this particular build. So let me know what your thoughts are on the things that you've seen so far, if you've gotten the pack for yourself. So thank you all so much for watching, and if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!